Hello everybody, it's Ryu TCG here, back with another Mermail combo video. Today we're going to be talking about some 2-card combos. On my other video, I got asked what do you do if you don't draw the Neptabyss. So I'm going to show you the 2-card combos that's involving teus, Dragoons, Squad, and even Pike. So I'm going to go through the avenues. I'm going to show you what you can do with 2-card combos in this deck. They're very similar to what you do with Neptabyss, but we're going to get started here. The first one I'm going to show you is I'm going to show you teus, and then I'm going to show you Shadow Squad. So, of course, we're going to start with our casual 3 blanks as always. And then we're going to have our Shadow Squad and our teus. We're going to activate our teus. We're going to discard our Shadow Squad to summon it. Then we're going to go Chainlink 1 Shadow Squad, Chainlink 2 teus. So Shadow Squad, of course, is going to end up summoning Neptabyss, and teus right now is going to add Rhine. So add Rhine, summon Neptabyss. So now we're going to activate our Neptabyss's effect. We're going to send a copy of Atlantean Dragoons to add a copy of Atlantean Dragoons. This will then trigger the Dragoons in our graveyard, and we are going to search our Minstrel. So now we're going to activate our Deep Sea Minstrel, sending it in our Dragoons to rip a card out of our opponent's hand here. And that's going to trigger our Dragoons to search. What we're going to search here is we're going to search Poseidra. So now we are going to activate our Rhyme. We're going to send it and the Neptabyss to the graveyard to special summon. We're going to special summon Deep Sea King Coelacanth, and then Neptabyss is going to trigger, and we're going to summon back our Dragoons. So now we're going to activate our Deep Sea King Coelacanth, and we're going to discard our Poseidra. It's going to summon a Pike. And then summon our Grecius here. So now what we're going to do is I am going to overlay these two. Make Bahamut Shark. I'm going to activate Bahamut Shark, detaching Dragoons here to special. And then special summon a Toad. Then going to trigger our Dragoons. We're going to add Neptabyss here. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to link the Bahamut Shark off with the Grievous. We're going to make Anemone. We're going to activate Anemone here. We're going to special summon back the Grecius. We're going to activate the Grecius, summoning back the Pike. So then I'm going to overlay these two right here. I'm going to make Trite. We're going to activate Trite, the special summon, and we're going to summon our Dragoons back. So now I'm going to overlay these two. And we are going to make Bahamut Shark. So then I'm going to link the Coral off and the Trite. Into our Mermail King. So now I'm going to activate the Bahamut Shark, detaching the Dragoons to summon. I'm going to summon a Toad. This will then trigger Chainlink 1 Dragoons and Chainlink 2 Neptabyss. Going to add the Equip spell. I'm going to add Heavy Infantry. So now I'm going to activate the Equip spell. I'm going to special summon back Dragoons here. I'm going to Synchro for 7. We're going to make Prima Donna. We're going to activate Prima Donna. We're going to put the card back into their hand. And then we're going to summon the Barrier Statue. And then I'm going to link the Prima Donna and the Bahamut Shark off. And then make Lacia. So we end on 3 blanks in hand. We have Neptabyss and Heavy Infantry. We have our 2 ways to discard with Rhine and Lacia. And we have our Double Toad and Barrier Statue, of course, to protect. And that's off drawing teus Shadow Squad. Alright, now that we reset here, we're going to do teus and Dragoons. So we're going to activate Abyss teus. So we're going to discard Dragoons here to summon. We're going to Chainlink 1 Dragoons, Chainlink 2 teus. We're going to add Rhine, and we're going to add Neptabyss. We're going to normal summon Neptabyss and activate Neptabyss's effect. We're going to send a Dragoons, and we're going to add a Dragoons. Dragoons will then trigger to let us add Minstrel. So now we're going to activate Minstrel, discarding it and Dragoons to rip a card out of our opponent's hand. We're then going to trigger the Dragoons here. And we're less Epicidra. We're then going to activate Rhines and then get in Prince. Summon Deep Sea King. So now Neptabyss is going to let us summon back the Dragoons. So now we're going to activate the Deep Sea King, discarding. Going to summon Pike. And Gracious. We're going to overlay these two right here. Make Bahamut Shark. Activate Bahamut Shark, detaching the Dragoons. Summon Toad. Activate Dragoons. Add Neptabyss. Then we are going to link these two off. Make Coral. Activate Coral. Summon back Gracious. Activate Gracious. Summon back Dragoons. Overlay these two. Make Trite. Then we're going to activate the Trite. Summon back Pike. Then we are going to overlay the Dragoons and the Pike into another Bahamut Shark. We're going to link these two off into Neptabyss. We're going to activate Bahamut Shark, detaching the Dragoons. Summon Toad. Trigger Dragoons and Neptabyss, so Chainlink 1, Chainlink 2. Add Triana. Where it's at here. I am blind. Oh, it's right here on top. Add the heavy infantry. So then Triana summon back. Synchro for 7. Make Donna. Activate Donna. Put the card back. Summon Barrier Statue. Link these two off. And then make Lacia. So we got to the same board. This is with doing the opening Teus Dragoons, 2 cards you play 3 of. So it's the same thing. You have a bounce back, a pop, Barrier Statue being protected by King. Then you have Double Toad. And of course, Lacia and Rhine are how you get these two to go off. So that is withdrawing Teus and Dragoons. Okay, now that we reset here, we're going to do Teus and Dragoons. So we're going to activate Teus to special summon, discarding Dragoons. That's then going to trigger Dragoons to search, and then Teus. So we're going to add Rhine. And we're going to add Neptabyss. Going to normal summon Neptabyss. We're going to activate Neptabyss's effect. Going to send Shadow Squad. Going to add Dragoons. It's going to trigger our Shadow Squad here. Summon our Abyss Pike. We're then going to activate our Abyss Pike, discarding Dragoons. I'm just going to add another Rhine here. It can be any of the Mermails. And then we're going to trigger the Dragoons. We're going to add Minstrel. So then we're going to activate Minstrel, discarding it and a Shrine. We're going to rip a card out of our opponent's hand. So now we are going to activate, and we're going to send. Going to summon Coelacanth. We're going to activate Neptabyss. We're going to summon back this Dragoons. We're going to overlay here. Make Bahamut Shark. We're going to activate our Bahamut Shark. Summoning Toad. And we're going to trigger our Dragoons. I'm going to add Poseidra. I'm going to go ahead and link these two off in this one. I'm going to make Anemone. I'm going to activate Coelacanth, discarding. I'm going to summon a Pike, and Gracious. So now I'm going to synchro these two off. make Donna. Then Donna, put the card back. Summon our barrier statue. And then gonna overlay these two. Make Trite. And activate Trite. Summon back Dragoons. Then I'm going to overlay the Dragoons and the Pike for Bahamut Shark. I'm going to activate the Anemone and I'm going to summon back our Grecius. Then I'm going to link these two off into our King. I'm going to activate Bahamut Shark, detaching the Dragoons. Summon Toad. I'm going to do Chain Link 1, Chain Link 2. Adding the equip spell and adding Neptabyss. And then I'm going to link these two off into Lacia. So this is our inboard with this one. We have the Neptabyss to discard to summon back the Poseidra. This time we had the equip spell in hand. We didn't use it in this one. So if you are siding the scale like I am, you can do this line to equip it to the Neptabyss to have that extra negate. We have our 3 randoms in hand and double Toad, of course. All right, now that we reset here, we're going to show what you do if you draw Pike and Dragoons. So I'm going to normal summon my Abyss Pike right here. I'm going to activate its effect, discarding the Dragoons. That's going to let me add. I'm going to add Rhine here, and then Dragoons is going to let me add. And with the Dragoons, I'm going to add Shadow Squad this time. Now I'm going to activate the Rhines and then get in the Shadow Squad. Going to summon Coelacanth. And then the Shadow Squad's going to trigger and let me summon Neptabyss. I'm then going to activate our Neptabyss. And I'm going to send a copy of Dragoons. And I'm going to add a copy of Dragoons. That's going to then trigger our Dragoons. I'm going to add Minstrel. I'm going to activate Minstrel, sending it in the Dragoons to the graveyard to rip a card out of our opponent's hand. Then I'm going to trigger the Dragoons. I'm going to add Poseidra here. Now when I activate Poseidra, I'm going to send the Neptabyss to the graveyard to summon it. Summon it right here. Then Neptabyss is going to trigger and it's going to let me summon Dragoons. So I'm going to summon Dragoons back. I'm going to overlay these two right here. Make Bahamut Shark. I'm going to activate Bahamut Shark, detaching Dragoons. Summon Toad. So I'm going to trigger our Dragoons here. Going to add Neptabyss. So now I am going to just link this Poseidra and Bahamut Shark off. Going to make Coral Anemone. I'm going to activate I'm going to activate Deep Sea King, discarding one of our random cards. I'm going to summon Pike, Grecius, and Pike. So now I'm going to synchro off into a 7. Make Donna. Donna, put the card back in their hand. And then we're going to summon our barrier statue. So then now we're going to overlay these two. Going to make Trite. We're going to activate Trite. I'm going to summon back Dragoons. So then I am going to overlay these two into Bahamut Shark. Now I'm going to activate the effect of Coral Anemone. I'm going to summon back Grecius. I'm going to link these two off into our Deep Sea King, or excuse me, our Mermail King. We're going to activate Bahamut, detaching the Dragoons. I'm going to summon Toad. It's going to trigger Chain Link 1, Chain Link 2. Alright, and then we're going to link these two off. And we're going to make Lacia. So that's with drawing Pike and Dragoons. We can end on double Toad Lacia. And then we'll have Heavy Infantry and Prince. Alright, now that we reset here, we're going to do Shadow Squad and Abyss Pike and see what happens when we draw these two cards. So we're normal summon the Abyss Pike and activate its effect, sending the Shadow Squad. We're going to add Rhine, and then Shadow Squad's going to trigger. It's going to let us summon our Neptabyss. So then we're going to activate our Neptabyss here. We're going to send Dragoons. We're going to add Dragoons. Dragoons will now trigger. Adding Minstrel. We're going to activate Minstrel by sending it and Dragoons to the graveyard to rip a card. We're going to then trigger the Dragoons. We're going to add Poseidra. Alright, then we're going to activate Ryan, sending it imprints to the graveyard. Summon Coelacanth. So now Neptabyss is going to trigger on the graveyard, and it's going to let us summon Dragoons. So now we are going to overlay these two. Make Bahamut Shark. Activate Bahamut Shark, detaching Dragoons. Summon Toad. We're going to trigger Dragoons. Add Neptabyss. So now we are going to activate our Deep Sea King, discarding. Going to summon Pike, Gracious, Pike. So then we are going to synchro these two off. We're going to make Donna. We're going to put the card back with Donna. We're going to summon our barrier statue. So now we are going to overlay these two. Make Abyss Trite. Activate Trite. Reborn the Dragoons. We're going to overlay the Dragoons and the Pike. Making a Bahamut Shark. Then we're going to link these two off. Make Coral. I'm going to activate Coral. Summon back Gracious. And activate Gracious, and we're just going to summon back Pike. We're then going to link these two off into Neptabyss. Then we're going to activate Bahamut Shark, detaching, summoning a Toad, triggering the Dragoons, adding Heavy Infantry, and then we'll also trigger the King, adding the Equip spell. So then we just overlay these two, or excuse me, link these two off into Lacia. So now this is what we end on. If we draw Pike Shadow Squad, we can end on Double Toad, 2 discard outlets with Ryan and Alicia, the Prince to summon back to bounce, a pop, the Equip spell, and if you're siding the one like I am, it's help you play around Droplet, when you can equip it to the King now instead of having it in your hand. And then you also have King protecting him. That's also drawing Pike and Shadow Squad.